At about 9 o'clock this morning, there was a tornado strike in the Gardner, Kansas area in Johnson County, Kansas. Created damage and injuries to a portion of the Gardner community. It also hit the Johnson County Adult Detention Center. It damaged or destroyed a large portion of that building. So we're dealing with a number of issues with prisoner relocation, as well as a number of injured folks there that are being treated and transported to hospitals. A short time later, this supercell has spawned a number of tornadoes. Another one has come down near the Kansas Speedway. There's over 100,000 people at that location. So they're beginning to deal with those patients and those injured parties there and maintaining control of the rest of the people that are not injured and how they're going to evacuate them and where they're moving them to and all of those types of issues. In a short while, there'll be a tornado strike in the area of Platte County, specifically in an area called Waldron. And that particular event will create damage, some injuries. They have a rail line that goes through Waldron, and that particular rail line has a train on it that has some hazardous materials in it. So Platte County officials are facing not only tornado damage and injuries, but have to deal with a hazardous materials incident on top of that. The expected casualty rate that we're planning for out of this event is between 500 and 1,000 patients, injured parties that have been hurt or worse. The name of the exercise is Perfect Storm.
All right, start X.
Johnson County Emergency Management is having to switch over to the backup server.
We're tracking as close as we can to real time.
Stan, PC 36. 8 need medical care, 3 have minor injuries.
Today is a regional exercise that has been planned for almost a year now, involving multi-jurisdictions, multi-disciplines, multiple venues, multiple technologies that have been acquired to help us respond to emergencies and disasters throughout our region.
Tornado strike happened in Johnson County.
It's centered around a tornado strike of significance. It's occurring during a simulated race day at the Kansas Speedway. We have other tornado strikes that are occurring in Johnson County and in Platte County, Missouri. The situation will overwhelm our region's capability, so it will force us to reach out to our state partners and then ultimately to our federal partners to respond to this crisis, this disaster that we think is pretty real for our area. We have connected 8 different venues together using technology, a product we call WebEOC, which enables us to communicate via the internet that helps us maintain situational awareness. We also have spent great effort in the region to develop radio interoperability. We're testing a lot of that interoperability today.
Taking 2 to Liberty also.
We've got a great partnership with our hospital community. There's over 31 hospitals in the metro today participating in this exercise. Patient tracking is being used to know from the scene of an event.
Okay, so that's maxed out then.
Copy that.
What the condition and status of a patient is, and be able to follow that patient from the event to treatment at the hospital and beyond. This exercise represents probably the largest exercise of this type. Exercises that we've done before have been on a much smaller scale, much more localized. We try to make this exercise today as real as we can. We don't fabricate resources. We document how long does it take for a resource to really get from point A to point B.
They were en route about 10 minutes ago.
That's an aspect of this exercise that's different from some in the past. It's definitely a team effort today.
And we'll make that happen.
9/11 demonstrated to us that most local agencies, if it's a significant event of any size, will quickly be overwhelmed. And so the importance of being able to coordinate resources, to coordinate the planning process, to coordinate the training, to coordinate equipment acquisition. We've done a lot in nearly a decade since that event to become better prepared and really have accepted the need to do that.
We'll initiate that through the sim, so we'll tell them what we're wanting.
The process of emergency management and preparing a community for a disaster or a crisis, it's a never-ending process that we go through. We plan for it, we train for it, we equip for it, we exercise it, and then we do an after-action process where we look at where are gaps, where are methods or ways to improve, and that process starts all over again. I think it's just important for people in our region to have an appreciation for so much work that goes on behind the scenes that they'll never know or experience in the absence of this type of an exercise or type of a presentation where they can become informed. And so I hope that they realize and appreciate our first responder community, our elected officials who have supported us in preparing and training and exercising. And we want our citizens to gain confidence that we're preparing and are prepared to deal with their needs.